see a lot of y'all signing job offers before negotiating anything. And I get it. It's really exciting to land the job of your dreams, but that doesn't mean you can't be grateful and ask for more. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Brittany Hayles, and this is Hayles Consulting, a business dedicated to taking ownership of your career. Today we are talking about things you need to negotiate before signing a job offer, because I'm seeing a lot of y'all just getting the job offer and signing it and getting excited, which is awesome. I understand that landing the job of your dreams is really exciting, but you have to negotiate. You have to get into the habit of asking for more. And you also want to get into the habits for asking for more as before signing the job offer, because the deeper and deeper you get into a role, the more longer that you're there, the harder and harder it gets to negotiate, the less options and time there is to negotiate. So when you first start off, hit the ground running by asking for more things. So in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through 10 things you can negotiate during a job offer. Before we even get started here, you know the drill. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Also, do not forget to follow Hayles Consulting on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, every social media platform. I'm there, including TikTok. So make sure you're following for more career tips. So the first thing that you want to negotiate is your salary. You are giving this company your time, and in response to that time, they are giving you a certain amount of money. A lot of times people see that dollar sign, and because they're so grateful for the job and they think it's great, they're like, thank you so much, sign the offer, let's go. Later on down the line, 2-3 years later, you find out that you're being paid maybe half of what everyone else is being paid, maybe a third. The only way to avoid this, and the only way to really negotiate with confidence, is to do your research. Do your research based off of the company that it's at, the industry that it's in, the location. Do all of this, search on Google what the required or average salary or minimum salary or highest salary is for this job. And then from there, it makes it a lot easier to negotiate. And even if you find that that salary that they're giving you is average, do you think the work that you do is average? No. So you want to be paid above average, right? So that's what you have to ask for. And I actually have a video on my channel called How to Negotiate Your Salary, which you can absolutely go watch after this. And I detail in there exactly how to do it step by step, what you need to bring to the table, the numbers, the qualities, all of it, to feel like you can confidently negotiate your salary. But your salary is definitely the biggest part of your compensation package, because that's what you're being paid on an hourly, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And you want to make sure that you're getting paid for your time. It doesn't mean that they're going to say yes. There's absolutely no guarantee at all. But just even asking will give you the confidence to continue to do that down the road and throughout your career. The second thing to negotiate is your signing bonus. So many companies give out a signing bonus, which is like a welcome to the party, welcome to the club, kind of like a thank you for agreeing to work with us, lump sum of cash that you get all up front in when you first start working. Now, a lot of people don't think you can negotiate a signing bonus and that is a fixed cost. No, it's not. You can absolutely negotiate. You can negotiate anything in your compensation package, honestly. Now, with a signing bonus, I would highly recommend, when you do go in and want to negotiate it, attach it to some level of repayment that you're trying to do. Let's say that you need to pay off your student loans. If you want to ask for a higher signing bonus, you could say, I'm going to use this extra money that I'm asking for to put towards my student loans, or to put towards childcare, towards other expenses that you may have that a company would be glad or more happy to pay for. You have to understand, at the end of the day, you are asking for money, right? So you always want to attach the fact that you want a signing bonus to something. And I would highly recommend, if you do choose to negotiate your salary, also negotiate the signing bonus together. It just makes it a little bit easier for them to understand. But if they say no to the salary increase that you're asking for, a lot of times they can say and are more likely to say yes to the signing bonus. The third thing to negotiate is company equity. There are a lot of people who have equity and stock ownership as a part of their compensation package and have no idea what it means and have no idea what it entails and have no idea how important it is. And just to break it down, if your company is publicly traded, meaning that you can have stock ownership in that entity and not necessarily have to work there, that means that you could possibly have equity as a part of your compensation package, which are just stock ownership. You didn't necessarily invest in it. It's just a way of your company, again, saying thank you for your work. Here's some money in the form of stock. Now, the incredible thing about stock and equity is that it has the potential for exponential growth. So let's say you get 20 shares as a part of your compensation package, and each share, when you start off, is worth $200. You can do the math there. And then 3 years from now, you get 40 more shares, and that stock is now worth $500 a share. Do the math. So when you're negotiating your stock, you want to think about that. This stock has the potential for exponential growth. It can continue to grow with you throughout the company. And while you're negotiating it and asking for more, you're saying, hey, I'm contributing to this company every day, every month, every year. And as a result of that, I would like to see my equity increase on a regular basis if it doesn't already. But you want to attach your value and exponential growth within the company to the stock ownership as well when you're negotiating. So the fourth thing to negotiate are moving costs. A lot of these companies want you to move from coast to coast, from top to bottom, from one country to another to work for them, and they want to give you $1,000 to do that. Stop playing. It is absolutely crazy to not negotiate your moving costs. Relocating is expensive, and there are a lot of expenses that come up that you may not even be aware of right now because maybe you haven't moved for work before. Maybe you haven't moved in a very long time. You can absolutely leverage the fact that you want to have as comfortable as a move as possible. And I will say you're gonna have a better chance of negotiating moving costs if you pick certain things. A lot of times companies will say, okay, we'll pay for this air transport, we'll pay to break your lease, we'll pay to, give you a rental car, we'll pay for temporary housing while you look for a new place. They have different pieces, and the best luck you're gonna have is if you negotiate elements of those moving costs. So maybe the transportation or the storage or the breaking of the lease. Like, think about the elements that are most important to you and go from there. The fifth thing to negotiate is paid vacation time. There are so many companies out here who want us working 200 something days in a year, and they want to give you 5 days of paid vacation. Are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't even understand how a company could think it's feasible for somebody to work a majority of the year and then give them 5 days of paid vacation. That is insanity. So people don't realize it, but you can absolutely negotiate paid vacation time. It is not fixed. Even if you feel like they're giving you a lot of vacation time, 30 days, it doesn't matter. 5 more days, you can use them. You never know what happens in a year. You never know what happens in life. Sometimes we experience high levels of burnout, and then you've used up all your vacation time, and you have no time left over. Now you gotta use your sick days, which is crazy because you're not even sick. Take full advantage of the fact that you can negotiate paid vacation time. And you're doing so in the effort to say, hey, listen, I take my mental health very seriously, and I wanna make sure that I have days, mental health days. Think about scenarios within your life in which you'd like to prioritize. Maybe you take family time very seriously and vacation time very seriously, or you have family that lives out of the country that you like to visit, a couple of times a year. Like, think about, what you can attach that vacation time to that makes sense and is feasible for that recruiter or whoever you're negotiating with to understand. Because at the end of the day, even if it feels like they're giving you a ton of vacation time, you can always ask for more. And let me tell you something. Use it. So the sixth thing that you can negotiate is a better title or level. A lot of companies have a leveling system or a titling system where, depending on where you are at a level in a company or a title within a company, your access to opportunities or job opportunities may be slightly limited. If you're on an assistant associate level or in the 2 or 3 level, you may not have as much flexibility to move around within the company because you're on an entry level role or entry level position. These are things that you can absolutely negotiate. If you feel like the level you're coming into the company is not at the level that you feel like you deserve, negotiate it. If the title isn't as flexible or not reflective of what you're going to be doing, you should absolutely be asking for a better title if you can. Again, it's not guaranteed. They are more likely to say yes to a title change than they are to a level, because a lot of times level is associated with like performance, improving yourself, and a whole bunch of other BS, whatever. But it's a lot easier, as I said, to get what you want before and ahead of time than it is to start and ask for it later, right? Hey, I see you're trying to give me an assistant title. I've been working for 3-4 years before I got here, okay? So I'm gonna need to be at a manager level or a senior level or whatever it may be. The seventh thing to negotiate is student loan repayment. So there's two case scenarios where they have student loan repayment as a part of your compensation package, and then there's the other case scenario where they don't have it as a part of your package. Let's say in the case where they do and they're like, hey, we're gonna contribute $200 towards your monthly payment. You can ask for more. You can say, hey, my student loan payment is actually $1K, which a lot of people's are. Oh my God. I'm gonna pray for y'all. And you could say like 200 is awesome and I'm so grateful, but it would really help me pay them off faster if you gave me 400. You never know, they may say yes. And even if they say no, again, it's always worth asking. And let's say that in the case that they do not offer student loan repayment at all, you should still ask and say, hey, is this an opportunity? Is there a way that you can give me a lump sum every month to put towards my payment? A lot of companies are very willing to do it. They have their own systems on how they can do it for you. But if you don't ask, you won't receive. Student loan repayment is so important because student loan debt is killing us. It's stopping us from advancing in many places. Home ownership, car ownership, all types of foolishness is being stopped because of the fact that student loans are so high. So definitely ask for more, either if they offer it, and if they don't offer it, ask if they can. So the eighth thing to negotiate is child care costs. Some companies already offer childcare as a part of your compensation package. Some don't. Actually, most don't. And I don't understand that because a lot of people have children and for whatever reason, they just don't value it. I don't know. Childcare is a lot of times another rent payment or the same price as another mortgage payment. It is insane. And a lot of companies do offer some sort of subsidy or money towards your childcare. Again, ask for more of that. You can ask them like, hey, are there any opportunities for this to be subsidized? Do you offer, discounts on daycares? Do you offer discount on childcare at all? Sometimes they do and they just don't advertise it, or sometimes they've never thought about it and you could be a pioneer for that sort of system, which they've never thought about, and now they're like, hey, why don't we? And the ninth thing to negotiate is remote work. If we've learned anything in 2020, in 2021, is that a lot of us like to work from home, including me. I love it. I feel a lot more productive. I feel a lot more like I have time after work to actually do things that I want to do. And a lot of companies have the option, but people don't really ask. So they're like, yeah, we're not really going to advertise this, but if y'all ask, sure, why not? So absolutely, if you enjoy working from home, or it's more conducive for your lifestyle, or it's better for your mental health, ask. And even though they may not say, yeah, you can't work from home every day, you can't work remotely every day, they may say maybe once a week, maybe a couple days a month that you may be able to. You never know. And as I said before, things get a lot harder to negotiate once you start. A lot of times, companies and people really like you. They love your energy. They love what you bring to the table. Once you're in the office, they don't want you to leave. So when you start working, you ask for remote work, they're like, oh, but we're gonna miss you. It's like, I'm gonna miss y'all too, but I'm trying to work from my bed, which is perfectly fine. So try to do it ahead of time because it gets a lot harder to negotiate those type of things once you start. And the final thing to negotiate are expense reimbursements. There are a lot of expenses that go into working for a company. Some of them get taken care of completely in your compensation package. Some of them don't. So I need you to really understand the nature of your role in order to ask for more. There is no reason why, if your job requires you to be making phone calls on your own phone, that they shouldn't be paying your phone bill, period. Because now you're using your phone as a work tool. Let's say that you have to drive for work. You have to go visit different sites. If they don't give you a car, they should at least be paying for your gas. And if gas reimbursement is not a part of your compensation package, you need to ask for that. Let's say that your job also requires you to move around a lot and they've given you a laptop, to work on. Laptop and movement equals no, okay? So you may need a tablet because a tablet is a lot more feasible to move around with, a lot easier to access. So ask them, hey, I know I'm gonna be moving around a lot for this job. The laptop is great for when I'm stagnant and at my desk, but when I have to go to different client sites and things like that, I would really appreciate if I could have an iPad, a tablet, another phone, something big that I can see, but also move around with. So the moral to this 10 chapter story is that you have to ask. And actually, I had a scenario where a client who had asked and they initially said no, and then a few weeks later they got back to them and said, hey, actually, we are going to give you more. And if that person didn't ask, then that probably wouldn't have happened, because it wouldn't have been top of mind for that company. And keep in mind that even though 10 things were listed in this video, don't ask for all 10, because then they're going to be like, cancel. You can ask for 2 to 3 is what I would recommend, and think of what's most important for you and your lifestyle. And again, there's no guarantee that they're going to say yes to every single one of them. So when if you pick 3, let your third one be something that's a lot of low-hanging fruit, like, you know, them paying for your gas, or paying for your meals, or, you know, subsidizing your childcare a little bit more. Think about something that may not be as much money, so that they may have a higher opportunity of saying yes. As I said earlier in this video, and as you all probably already know, I am a career coach. So if you're in the process of negotiating a job offer, or you're in the process of a job search and know you're gonna get a job offer pretty soon, and wanna walk through it and have an idea of what's being asked of you and how you're being compensated, I can absolutely help you with that. You can email me at info@haylesconsulting.com to set up some time, or you can use the links down in the description box below to set up time one-on-one with yours truly. Thank you all so much again for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you gotta join the family. Comment down below if you have any questions about the things that were discussed in this video, or if you have video topics that you'd love for me to explore in later videos. It feels really personal to me when I make videos that were suggested, so definitely comment down below. Like this video, also share it with anyone who you know is about to negotiate their job offer, or who is looking for a new job. That's what I'm here for. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.